sci-fi genre is sure gonna get loony in the day the Earth blew up on a few new movies I'll be reviewing this week on CJ at the Movies and in Boulder, Colorado. I'm Christopher Zweig. Let's take a look. Our first movie is The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, and unlike Space Jam: A New Legacy, this one is an absolute delight with Daffy Duck and Porky Pig having the perfect kind of chemistry that Bob Clampett specialized back in the good old days of classic Looney Tunes cartoons. An alien invasion is taking place, so it's up to Daffy, Porky, and his crush Petunia to save the world.
They're not afraid of nothing.
Chew on!
Get it off me!
The Day the Earth Blew Up was directed by Peter Braungart, who also created Uncle Grandpa and directed a few recent Looney Tunes cartoons, and he uses Clampett inspiration in the animation while trying his own take on sci-fi B-movies. He does a lively loony job with it, especially with Eric Boza doing the voices of Daffy and Porky, Candy Milo as Petunia, and even Peter MacNicol as the alien. I grew up on classic Looney Tunes cartoons, and it's easily delightful to see a theatrically made movie inspired by them, so I definitely say you should see it. Okay, after seeing Jack Quaid getting stabbed in Screaming Companion, here is Novocaine, a movie that gives his character congenital insensitivity to pain, meaning he can't feel pain no matter how many times he gets stabbed or burned. His name is Nathan Kane, and he's an assistant bank manager whose disorder earns the attentions of his crush and coworker, played by Amber Midthunder.
So, what's your deal?
My deal? I'm just a regular guy with a regular job, but I've got this condition where I don't feel pain.
Hey, there we go.
Oh my god, you're a superhero.
No.
The girl gets kidnapped by a group of bank robbers dressed in Santa costumes, and using his unique and painless skills, Nathan takes matters in his own hands, and not one of the bad guys can break him.
Oh, no, stop it. Ah, wow, that hurt. That one hurt the most.
The cliche of the hero being targeted by the cops gets exhausting, but Novocaine does make some better choices, which I won't reveal here for the sake of spoiler alerts, and plus, some of the dialogue within the formula is honest. The directors Dan Burke and Robert Olson have better intentions for the R-rated action comedy formula in this movie than it probably would have been if a more known comedy filmmaker overdosed on the genre, and Quaid is wickedly funny and honest as the man who doesn't feel pain as much as he feels love. But I sure as hell am feeling a lot of pain while watching The Electric State, the latest Netflix movie from the Russo brothers. This is reported to cost $320 million to make, but the 90s time period feels flimsy, the robots here look as rusty and outdated as the ones in Wild Wild West, and the performances from the leads, Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt, are wasted. Based on the book, it takes place following a robot war in an alternate 90s with less friends in Seinfeld and more robots and people who wear helmets known as neurocasters, which program their avatars. At least that's what I think they are, but I don't care. Brown plays a young woman who finds a robot who knows the whereabouts of her presumed dead brother, and Pratt has the look of a Hall & Oates splice as a smuggler who must join forces with her and the robot.
Hey, you! Hands up. Turn around. That a Cosmo bot?
This bot knows where to find my brother. I want him back.
The voice cast of the robots include Jenny Slate, Brian Cox, Anthony Mackie, and Woody Harrelson as Mr. Peanut.
Robots helping humans.
I know, it's nuts. No offense.
Get it all the time.
And the man behind the Neurocasters is played by Stanley Tucci, whom you can already tell is the film's main villain. When the Electric State tries to go for the emotional jugular, it ends up being predictable and comical. When it tries to be funny, crickets are chirping. And when the robots try to act so tough, they end up becoming weak. And when it features a main heroine who is trying to see the world without Neurocasters, it's easily understandable considering that movie theaters need audiences and malls need shoppers these days. If this movie really cost that much money to make, then this is in the analogy of a rich man burning his money to light his cigar. And our last movie is Black Bag, the latest Steven Soderbergh movie and starring Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett as married spies working for the same agency in London. Fassbender is given intel that his wife may be among the traitors in a deadly plot and must test the limits of his marriage.
I would do anything for you.
Would you?
Yes.
If a situation presents itself, would you choose your marriage over everything else?
My devotion to my marriage is my professional weakness. Love you.
The movie's all-star supporting cast also consists of Reggae John Page, Naomi Harris, Tom Burke, and Marissa Abela as the couple's colleagues, and Pierce Brosnan as their boss. So think of the film as it's going after Mr. and Mrs. Smith and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, spiked with Soderbergh's direction and cinematography and David Cope's writing.
I can feel when you're watching me.
Sorry.
I like it.
When you can lie about everything, when you can deny everything, how do you tell the truth about anything?
Black Bag is stylish, smart, funny, and entertaining with how this type of espionage thriller pays off. It doesn't use predictable plot points just to sell the film. It uses the characters and how their situations affect one another and how the main couple's marriage is tested within this dastardly plot. Fassbender and Blanchett, who have respectively worked with Soderbergh before, lead a great cast, and their chemistry is as charming as the film would like to depict the actors, and I like how the film uses the word black bag to answer questions like, where have you been, or what's the job? It's a fun time for Soderbergh fans. Okay, recapping this week's new movies, thumbs way up for The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, thumbs up for Novocaine, thumbs way down for The Electric State, and thumbs way up for Black Bag. Well, those are the new movies I'm reviewing this week. I'm Christopher Zweig. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies.